Welcome back to the County Seat. This is our extended web conversation on the development of the Seabridge Road in eastern Utah. And again, let me reintroduce our guests, Kevin Carter from the State Institutional Trust Lands, Audrey Graham, Councilwoman from Grand County, Commissioner Mark Raymond from Uintah County. We were talking about the aspect of rail here, and let's just continue that conversation for a few minutes.
Well, I know that in the past there had been some rail-based development that had been proposed and even, I think, constructed. There's some refinery proposal out of Green River that was tied into the rail, and I know that the county line there at Green River was changed a while back, and so what was developed may have ended up in Emery County instead of Grand County. But at Thompson, you've got a rail stop there that could facilitate some type of development.
River.
Well, the Amtrak stop is there, but there's still the double tracks there at
Thompson, and actually some, where the tailings pile is being moved from Moab and 30 miles north to Crescent Junction, which is right near Thompson. There is some new rail spur, and we've just heard that there may be a rail spur coming down to the north part of Arches National Park. So,
really, for tourism purposes?
For potash.
Of course.
That's what I think, yeah. In fact, I thought it was Sitla that was doing it, but I don't know. I've heard very little about it. We do have double rail out at Cisco as well, a siding yard, and that was brought before the county. That is in our land use plan as an industrial area. So far, I don't really understand the difference between speculation and actual commitments, and Grand County's not interested in a whole lot of speculative type development, I guess. I don't know how that differs from somebody actually showing the money. I mean, I guess that's the difference, is somebody actually coming in.
If you're going to build rail, you're serious.
Yeah, and then these folks weren't going to build it. They were going to try to use the UP lines and have an outload, place to offload things and things like that, which, as you've said, can be very difficult to work with UP. They've got
what impact would Grand County possibly have? I mean, this is a question that's been rolling in the back of my mind. What impact would Grand County have if you were to bring product down off the Tavaputs and put it in a rail? What possible revenue would they generate from that?
Well, normally you have things that are built up around industrial sites to help service them, and that's primarily where it would come from. I mean, there wouldn't be any way that the county could tag a
transport tax or
a toll fee, probably not. But the stuff that would be complementary to the development is what you would get some advantage from, and there'd be property tax certainly from just the sidings and the construction and stuff that go there. Would be a property tax boost, but
we're probably not $6 million worth.
Or $330 million worth. Yeah,
so that was 1 mile. $6 million.
Uintah County would benefit greatly from a rail. Right now, one of our biggest challenges is the transportation costs of product, whether it's oil or gas by pipeline, or as we move forward with oil shale development, asphalt or oil sands, phosphate, all of those. If we had a rail available, they would greatly utilize a railroad.
What would a trestle look like coming off the book list?
It would be pretty incredible. That would be
a quick trip down. That could be tough.
It has been proposed to go down 9 Mile. It's been proposed to go back across the book cliffs along the old existing narrow gauge rail path. It's also been proposed to go clear back into Colorado over towards Rifle or Rangeley area. But the cost of a railroad is extremely high. It's higher than even a highway. So at this point, as we have done our studies, and we've done a number of them over the years, it's just been cost prohibitive. But if industries or companies would step up to the plate and say, well, we'll share in these costs, we'll enter into a cooperative agreement, then potentially it could happen. We would benefit greatly from it, but right now I don't see it happening.
One question I have that, if you're talking about mostly getting product out of your area, then to me, paving this entire thing would be a huge mistake, because you're going to end up, because tourism is our thing, and that is going to draw the Winnebagos and the the RVs that I'm afraid the oil folks would not be that thrilled with. The moving of product, I think, could actually slow down greatly depending on, I know that on your side you're going to have passing lanes and everything, but it in these narrow canyons on the Grand County side, I think I can see some pretty
and again, let me reemphasize, our plan is
just to the county line,
at the UNT county line.
And I totally appreciate that.
Well, any final thoughts on
I just have a couple
Yeah.
I'd like to make, and that is, I haven't had the opportunity to address some of the mitigation efforts that we're making and some of the reasons why we're building this road, and many of them are environmental. Earlier, Kevin mentioned the dust that has been created and the impact that has on the environment. This will reduce the PM 2.5s, the particulate matter, the dust impacts that it has on the environment surrounding that road. Air quality in the Uinta Basin is an extremely high priority right now, and that could be a major factor in reducing PM 2.5s and other particulate matter issues in Uinta County by paving this road.
PM stands for particulate matter, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just trying to go, we're all into this jargon and we get it, but I'm thinking somebody's watching the show going, what are they talking about? Okay.
We're also involved in a 5-year mule deer study. This is a critical habitat area for mule deer, and so we are participating. We're 50% partners in this study that is being conducted right now on mule deer. We are determining where the best location is for deer crossings, whether they're overpasses or underpasses. And in addition to that, we're asking the Department of Natural Resources to identify areas where we can put in guzzlers, where we can assist with watering projects. So we're going to extreme measures to mitigate the impacts that an improved road will have. There's an existing road there. The road is already there, but we just want to improve it. And so as we impact any areas that the BLM has determined is critical, we will address those issues and have been doing so.
Yes.
I just remember that our road supervisor was very curious about whether your road department was going to need, he felt that you would probably need a new snowplow or, an additional snowplow or some, all kinds of road equipment, including a road yard and all that stuff. And he was very interested in how that was going to get paid for. And so that's, I don't need to know the answer to that, but it is something that he was concerned about, that he may have to do whether it's paved on the Grand County side or not because of the increased maintenance that we may see on that road.
And that's a good concern. What we have already existing are road maintenance agreements with many of the industries that are already out there. And so they are willing to step up to the plate to help us keep those roads clear, to plow them in the winters, to provide maintenance, some of the access areas where people come on and off the roads, that impacts the shoulders and the edges of those roads. They're willing to help maintain those. But it will take additional manpower on our part from our own road department to keep a close eye on this road and to maintain it at a high level of maintenance. We want to make sure it stays in good condition.
Kevin, you've been kind of quiet these last few minutes.
I'm just curious about the concerns on the Grand County side. Do you foresee ever a situation when the county would restrict access to the road or try to prohibit access up through there or not, or just because of the increase in traffic and all that? Do you see any scenarios where that would be something you'd consider?
I've never heard of it. I mean, I joke about putting a gate up there, because of the, I am very concerned about the effects, and that's why I ask our road supervisor to keep track of how much he spends on it now as a baseline, and then if and when you get more and more of your side paved, do the costs go up for Grand County? Do the benefits go up? I don't know. And as you say, SITLA has statewide benefits, and so do mineral lease monies, and that whole issue is a different can of worms. That
one thing we should reiterate here is, where is the project? As far as development.
Did you have something more you wanted to say there?
Well, just on the SITLA side, it's always about the school kids and that sort of thing.
Sure.
And I totally respect that. But in reality, when you look at the numbers, I saw an advertisement for SITLA saying $2.2 million given last year to the schools, I think.
25 million.
25 million, okay. And the total state budget for the schools was 3.3 trillion? It's hard for me to look at those numbers.
Probably billions.
Really?
Not
Okay,
trillions,
there's, wow, it's a heck of a
don't
lot,
think
but
the
it couldn't
whole
be
state
trillion,
budget-
no, so
no.
it'd have to be billion. But, you know, what I see is it's less than 1% of the budget, that's from what
Oh, there's
I've
no
heard.
question about that.
And,
but
and
but
I don't
it's
know
the,
if it's ever going to get much higher than that.
No, I'm sure that it will because the permanent fund grows every year. But although it's not a significant component of the total education budget, it's the only money a school gets that's discretionary.
Right, and our
And
district
so
definitely
it's gold as
appreciates
gold
that.
as far as that goes.
Right, because the district and the
Yeah,
teachers
so
love that.
if we're talking about what it does for individuals, I can show you the letters.
Okay.
You know?
Now, Chad has asked where we're at with this road right now. Since we were given approval from the BLM to move forward, we have been doing that, and also some sections of the school trust lands. So improvements to this road have begun. We're working on the first about 7 miles, phase 1 and 2 of this road. We hope by the fall of next year to have completed the first 20 miles of this road. Now that includes phases 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've broken it up into different sections, different segments, so that we can kind of keep track of where we're at and what engineering we need to do, and logistics just in coordinating efforts and getting RFPs out and contractors. It's a huge, huge project.
Is it the biggest road project that the county's done in a significant period of time?
Absolutely. We are putting a lot of time and resources into this project. We think that it's that important to our county. We feel very strongly about this road. We feel so strongly that to date, and we appreciate the state and the partnership that they could have with us, but as of this date, we have not received any funding from the state. All of the funds for this project have come from the CIB or from our own Transportation Special Service District or from Uintah County funds alone. So we have had some very welcome contributions made from some of our partners. From the school trust lands, we've received a fairly significant sum, and we thank Kevin for that. From some of the industries out there, we have also received some financing from them as well. But we're still looking to the state and hoping they will participate in, because this will be a very expensive project for Uintah County as well.
Well, I understand the governor watches this show fairly regularly, so maybe he can spread the word. Get it over to the legislature. So, final thoughts then? Thank you all for joining us very much. Thank you for tuning into the website for this extended conversation on the roads, and tell your friends about the county seat. If you want to get up to speed on what's happening in local government, this is the place to find out about it. And you'll watch us on TV at ABC4, Sunday mornings at 8, and you can check in and watch the most recent episodes, usually about 20 of them, in true high definition right here on thecountyseat.tv, including these extended conversations. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
I've always wanted to do that.
And you know what? That's going to stay in. That's going to stay in.